What's up you guys, Lamcakes here, back to another review, this time of the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Maximum Venom Miles Morales. So this is another Venompool Builder figure, wave figure. So here we go. So we've got a slightly different logo this time. In the last two figures we had a sort of Venom written there, but we do still get the white box style with a bit more webbing up here. So that's looking nice, Miles Morales written underneath. And this time, instead of having just the normal Venom logo, we do have the Spider-Man crossed with Venom, which I do think that looks really cool. So about the sort of staining on top of there. Yeah, anyway, on the side we do get a nice picture of the character, a nice read up on the back, as well as a sort of thing of the wave. So yeah, let's get into this figure. So I've been doing a bit of research into the origins of this character, and as you can see on the screen now, they are very, and that's not even just it, they are very different and lots of different ways. It's hard to explain, but see on the picture on the left with the before and underneath it, that is, I believe, original concept art for the Spider-Man Maximum Venom, which I believe is a part of the Spider-Man TV series, the animated show. Sort of like I think it might be like a season or a spin-off, like a third season or like a spin-off. Kind of the same thing, but that I believe is the concept art, and then on the right, the thing this is after, is how we see it in the actual show. So now I'll show you some other images I found. So here, the Titan Hero series, we're focusing on this one in the middle, and the Miles Morales one. The artwork on the bottom is the same as the figure that we have, the Marvel Legends figure, but it's not the same as the original artwork we looked at before, because it doesn't have the white on it. But as you can see, the actual figure inside the box is more similar to the image you saw on the right before, which was from the show. Therefore, I believe that they had the original design, and then they took the white off, and then they said we're going to stick with that, but then they changed it again right at the end before the show and made it completely different, as shown by this further image, a pop, which is also the same as the Marvel Legends figure in terms of design, obviously, and it was also the same as we saw on that artwork on the Titan Hero box, which is the original concept image with the white removed, which is the same as the Marvel Legends figure. So I believe that's what happened. They took off the white and then sent it all out to the figure making companies and said, this is what we're going to do, and then they just kind of redid the whole design. As you saw in that original image, it does look very different in the show. Personally, out of all of them, my favourite design was the one with the white on it. I just think that did look a lot better. But yeah, the one they went with isn't too much worse. But if they'd gone with the Marvel Legend for the version we got in the actual show, it wouldn't have been great, as that does look a little bit dull to me. So in terms of accessories, all we get is this big old builder figure arm with a interchangeable hand, which I think is pretty cool. It's clearly a sword holding hand. So this builder figure is going to be very interesting. So out of the packaging, the figure itself and first impressions, pretty disappointed. First of all, it's sort of wobbly. If you can hear it, you'll see it. But yeah, it's a little wobbly on this ab crunch there. Also, I can't get the figure to stand up at all because it's got these tiny little feet, and as you can see, the hinges will not move because the foot just bends. So I can't get their feet to move. Therefore, it's almost impossible to stand this figure up. Also, this figure is very thin. Everything is just very thin and small. But it's obviously the same price, so that is a bit annoying. But you know, that's just how it works. But yeah, not being able to stand him up is already very irritating. But yeah, anyway, I think some parts of the design I like, some parts I don't. For example, these arms and hands are really nice. You get all this, you get the sort of the black palm, and you get these big old sort of carnage looking hands with all the sculpted detail on the wrist and up the arms, on the shoulder. Yeah, you get this sort of sharp piece sticking out. I do think that is really nice. Again, the head I like as well. I think that does look really cool. You get the sculpted like lines everywhere. Eyes look nice. The mouth, the teeth look all good. But then this whole spider logo, I think, does kind of ruin it for me, because we get all this sculpted detail here, and then we do get this just big flat sort of logo, and it doesn't seem up to the standard that we're seeing on the arms with all the sculpted detail. Kind of seems sort of a juxtaposition, and suddenly it's just all smooth, normal, and then up here and on the feet we get all this sculpted sharp detail. I'm not sure where they base this on. I heard it was from it's one of those, I think those TV series called like Spider-Man or Ultimate Spider-Man. I think it was from the newer one. So yeah, that it's not a comic design, but I'm not sure if that is 100% true. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you also just realize these joints don't look normal, do they? You get this really thin joint and the arm is like sort of sticking out, which is kind of odd, but yeah. In the world, yeah, like I said, I really like the arms and these hands, as you can see. I think they just look really cool, but this bit does irritate me a bit, and there's the plain legs. I do really like these hands and these arm designs. I do think those are cool. Again, the back is the same, just get a sort of plain spider logo, no sculpted detail or anything, say on the legs. And on the feet we do get these sort of nice, we get a bit of sculpted detail on these feet here, as you can see, and then we get these big old red toes, which I do really like. Does it really cool, but yeah, it would have been nice to get some sculpted sort of sludge veins, or whatever you want to call it, on here, and then maybe an outline around the spider logo or some other sculpted veins would have been really nice to have on this figure. But yeah, that's not the end of the world. What is sort of breaking this figure for me, I'm already not a huge fan, especially as it's very wobbly and very thin. But yeah, that's just the Miles Morales sort of design. Yeah, also maybe it would be nice to get some electro effects, some shock effects as he does with his Venom Blast abilities. But again, not really able to do that with everything. You've got budget reasons, stuff like that. So yeah. In terms of articulation, the head moves up that far, which is pretty nice, it looks in all the way up. Down that far, again, that's pretty decent. Shoulders move up that far, which is pretty nice. You get the bicep swivel, double bend at the elbow, or this one is very loose. Same with this one. Then you get the hands which hinge forward, backwards that far, forward that far. Same on this other side. And you get the swivel as well. Down here we do get the full waist swivel, though it is pretty stiff. And you get the hinge forward that far, back that far, the ab crunch. The legs stick out that far, which isn't too bad, but it could be a little bit better. You get the thigh swivel, double bend at the knee, calf swivel, hinge. Again, yeah, these hinges are just not working for me. So with a bit of work in it, it does hinge backwards that far. I don't believe it is broken. And forwards that far, but it does take a bit of work, so I can't really do it on camera. And then we do get the ankle pivot. So yeah, after I did manage to work this one, it has sort of loosened up a bit, and I can use the hinge with this one. I loosened it up, it only bend backwards and now won't bend forward again, so that is very irritating. So after a bit of messing with it, I have managed to get this figure standing up with one foot set a foot a bit further back than the other. So yeah, let's get into the comparisons. So first we have next to the Retro Collection Spider-Man. And these two pen knives, you can see them sort of having small little battles. Spider-Man trying to get the symbiote off of him or something would be pretty cool. But yeah, I want to say the heights do work, as you can see. Here he is next to the other symbiotes, and I do think he fits in quite well. And here he is next to the Into the Spider-Verse Miles, and yeah, their heights do work, so I guess you could maybe have this as an Into the Spider-Verse version if you maybe did a few modifications. Now let's get into the posing. So yeah, overall, it's an alright figure. I was very mean at the start, but those points do still stand. It's grown on me a little bit, but again, those feet and everything do make it a little bit difficult to pose, and I'm still not 100% on the design, but yeah, it has grown on me since the start and since I've been recording this video. So yeah, it's not a bad figure, it's certainly got a lot wrong with it, but anyway, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.